Okay, I'm joined here by manager Luke Garrard before we welcome West Ham United under-21 to the Mangata Development Stadium at Park. Luke, before we touch on tomorrow's opponents and the game, any final takeaways from that Maidenhead United loss?
A lot. I had a real good conversation with the chairman on the way back from the game. He sees the game very similar to how I see it. We had an open conversation about the group, individuals. I had a real good meeting yesterday with him and Charlie, and we got an action plan to improve, because Tuesday evening by any standards is not acceptable. I made that very apparent in my interview after the game, and I made it very apparent to the players after the game. Had some real good one-on-one meetings today with the whole group. Spoke about expectations and where I see them currently within the group and how they need to improve. Next week we have goal-setting meetings, expectation meetings in terms of what I should see as a return and this club should see as a return as a minimal. The beauty is that we're addressing things. We've assessed it, we've acknowledged it, now we're addressing it in terms of bringing personnel into the building to improve this group, and also understanding that we need to be better. We're obviously 2.5 weeks away after the West Ham game into the weekend. We're 2 weeks away from the Rochdale game. So it's better now than starting the season like that. We need to make sure that we see a reaction across the whole board. Talk is cheap. We need to make sure that actions are louder than words.
Yeah, you mentioned addressing things through lengthy discussions and meetings. As you said, do you feel the players are really taking that on board and everyone's on the same page?
That will be suggested in terms of their reaction come the game tomorrow night. That would also then dictate whether that comes with their training next week and the game against Dagenham, and then our build up to the Rochdale game. So for me, I want to see it in their work. I want to see it in them delivering that week in, week out. There's a lot of information and people taking the floor on Tuesday evening. I want that to be congruent to the message that they're saying on Tuesday evening, and they're delivering in what's expected day in, day out. Having the underdog mentality, not having an entitlement, and working ever so hard. That's me as a manager, and making sure that we deliver on that, because we've gone back into the National League and we need to make sure that we're competitive. We want to have a season that's successful, and like I say again, in my programme notes 2 years ago, it hurt. And I don't want to be in that position again. So sentiment goes out the window. We got to make sure that this dressing room's a success and we deliver on what's asked of us.
Yeah, and West Ham, 7:30 tomorrow. Are you expecting a similar test to, let's say, an Arsenal or a Tottenham?
Yeah, listen, I believe they're Cat 1 side, so I can imagine they're going to have personnel in their ranks that are good at travelling with the ball, good movements, good athleticism. I want to see what we're about. I want to see us winning duels, being competitive, being aggressive in and out of possession, all the characteristics we spoke about at the start of the season that I want us to see. I want that being evident now. I want us to have a willingness to run. That's with and without the ball. I want us to work for your teammate, work for the shirt. That's a given. That's a given within this group. At times I can't stress how good they are with their quality, but we need to be better when we don't have the ball, because fundamentally that's where you win and lose games of football. So yeah, looking forward to having West Ham here, looking forward to having Robbo. I believe he's taking the team, so it'd be nice to see him. He's a friend of the club. So yeah, excited to see that, but excited for all the reasons after the discussions Tuesday, the discussions again today, to see if the players are true to their word.
And yeah, that's 2 games in a week. How are all the players feeling in terms of their fitness?
Yeah, we've been quite cute with managing the minutes. We've probably levelled everyone up. There's probably a gulf between a couple of players, whether that's 60 or 70 minutes, but we've been appreciative of the minutes being shared across the group. We now got to focus on a little bit more of what the August 9th looks like. That's not totally in the team selection tomorrow, but we have to have one eye on August the 9th now, because we're gearing up to getting as many of the boys' 90s in their legs on a more regular basis, to ensure that when it comes to August the 9th against Rochdale, they're not hitting a wall at 75 minutes. So yeah, for me, the next 3 games are paramount in us fine-tuning and being better than where we have been, because it's not been acceptable. we're hopeful that we can get some business done in the next couple of days. The personnel we're talking to, the players we're talking to are on the top table. We just need to be patient and hopefully we can get them done, because they will add to the group. So that aids us to utilise more bodies, so then people aren't as tired. But for me, the boys are in a good place. We had a deload week this week, another 3.5, 4K day today. It was really low on the kilometres, low on the legs, not a lot of repetition. So I feel that they'll see the benefit off the back of West Ham having the weekend off and coming ready to work on Monday.